everybody and happy December. Oh my goodness, it's December 1st. And I kind of feel like I've been waiting 11 months for it to be finally December 1st. And now we're here, so hello and happy festive season. Or just happy December if you don't really celebrate anything in December. So, yeah, hello. I'm actually here to quickly say hello today because I'm in a bit of a hurry, so I don't really have much time. But I do have here something that's kind of time sensitive, so I thought I would just pop in today and actually do the things, you know, and then I'm gonna talk to you more tomorrow because I'm gonna have more time tomorrow. But yeah, so first things first, I just wanted to show you this thing that I got that I haven't had since I was a child, and this year I was just like, girl, treat yourself. It's been like a weird year and it kind of feels like chasing these little joys in life is actually the perfect way to kind of finish off 2024. So this year I got a little chocolate advent calendar, and this one feels extra special because I actually, when I was growing up, my mom and like other people would actually buy us advent calendars, so I feel like me and my brothers did have one like every December, and we would impatiently open up all the boxes way before the 24th, but that's besides the point. What I wanted to point out is that I feel like when I was growing up I had this same exact calendar with this same exact photo, because as soon as I saw this in the store I felt such a hit of nostalgia that I just knew that I had to get this one. And now I don't know whether it's possible that this is the brand that we would use to get. Like, my mom doesn't remember it, so she couldn't confirm nor deny, but I feel like I have seen this picture before and had this exact same advent calendar before. So that's actually another reason why I decided to get it this year. And this year, unlike in childhood, I'm gonna try and stick to actually opening one each day instead of just eating it all at once. So yeah, I'm gonna be opening this little baby today. And then I saw another thing that I absolutely could not skip because it does combine two of my favorite things during the holiday or like the colder months. And that is, it combines Christmas and it combines socks. So I have another advent calendar here with socks. This is so perfect, and I also just love the design of the advent calendar. There's also a little spoiler on the back that actually shows you what kind of socks are gonna be in here. So I thought we would actually do this right now together. Open up the first box today. So I'm just gonna do it now, guys. I hope you're ready. So we have number one right here. It's a very big one, so let me try and get it open. I'm pretty sure there's like one sock each day because there's 12 packs of socks in here. So yeah, pretty sure we'll get a sock a day. Oh no, this is actually very hard. It's a pink one. Oh my goodness. It's a pink and red one. But oh my goodness. It's a stripy one. I love this so much. Oh no, I just accidentally leaned my finger into number 15, so I kind of opened it already. But no sock is sticking out yet, so I think that's a success. Anyway, falala. We have a falala sock, so we have a stripy pink and red one that says falala. Oh, that's so pretty actually. I can't wait to have both matching. I kind of wonder whether I'm gonna have its twin tomorrow or if I'm gonna have to wait through the month to get matching socks. I'm very curious, but I guess we're gonna have to see tomorrow. So yeah, that was the little sock. I can't wait. I kind of want to display them somewhere. You know what I mean? I kind of want to hang them somewhere and then put together the pairs as I get them. I'm gonna try and think of something of where I could hang them, maybe on a bookshelf. Would that be weird, just having socks hanging off a bookshelf? I honestly don't know. But yes, so that was December 1st on the sock advent calendar. Now I'm obviously also gonna open the chocolatey advent calendar. By the way, I'm sorry if you can hear on my voice, but I've been sick for the past week and I'm just slowly recovering and getting better. So but I feel like my voice is still pretty thick, sometimes so much so that I don't even understand what I'm saying. So I hope, you know, it's not too annoying in the video. But yeah, I can't help it. It is the season for colds as well. Okay everybody, so that was much harder to open than I thought it would be, but we have it here now. So now I have to look for number 1. It's right there. We have number 1, so right there on the girl's dress. Now I'm not sure which way I'm supposed to open this. I think this way. I'm so excited. I genuinely haven't done this in like 15 years, I want to say. It's so funny because deja vu is so strong right now. I love the little crack as the little door opens. Oh, we have it. We have the little chocolate. And if I remember correctly, there's little pictures on every chocolate and every day it's different. So today we have a little candle. Yes, time to eat a little chocolate. Oh, it's so sweet. Oh my god, it's exactly as I remember. It's the exact same flavor. I think it's the same recipe. Oh yeah, oh yeah. And I remember you got a little picture on the inside of the little door as well. Oh my goodness. I'm just genuinely feeling like a 6-year-old Jiva again. Genuinely. I'm getting such flashbacks. It makes me feel all warm and fuzzy. What do I do? Okay everybody, so now I have about 5 minutes left before I have to start getting ready, so I figured I might as well tell you about some of my reading plans. So they're not overly excessive this week because I still have some leftover books that I haven't finished from November, and that is the Spellshop and Emily Wilde's Map of the Otherlands. So I'm still reading these two. I think I have around 100 pages left in the Spellshop and then around 200 pages I think in Emily Wilde's Map of the Otherlands. So I still have quite a ways to go. I am still loving these stories though, but since it's December, I wanted to add something festive to my TBR, so I added a little short story and an audiobook. So I started listening to this audiobook. It's called Escape to the Swiss Chalet by Carrie Walker, and it is such a nice sort of contemporary romance. It's set in the Swiss Alps. It's about this young woman who is like broken up with at the altar by her long-term boyfriend turned fiance, and so, you know, being heartbroken and feeling humiliated, she decides to take this job in the Swiss Alps of working with this very renowned chef, and her dream has always been to kind of have her own restaurant, so this is the perfect chance for her to go and learn from the best. And while she's there, she's also just like learning a lot. She's growing as a person. She's trying to get over her heartbreak and that kind of thing. It's just really nice. It feels kind of motivational. I love the cozy vibes. I love the setting. I love the writing. It's so easy to listen to the audiobook. I was actually listening to this while like cleaning the windows around the house, and it was just the best time, you know. So yeah, I have about half an hour left of this one and I've just been loving it. So yeah, can't wait to finish it. And the other festive read I would like to add to my TBR this week is the mistletoe motive by Chloe Liese, something like that. So this one just looks very nice. I genuinely have no idea what this book exactly is about, and I kind of think I want to go into the story blind, but I just freaking adore the cover on this story. Let me focus there. It looks so festive, and there's a library or a bookshop on the cover, and that just makes it 100% more exciting. So yeah, love like a Christmas story set in a bookshop or at a library, so I think this is gonna be perfect. It was like a really popular book, I think, either last year or a couple of years ago. It got a lot of hype around December, and I felt like everybody was talking about it, so I was like, I have to check it out, obviously. So yeah, this is gonna be one of my festive romances that I'm gonna be reading in December. So yes, excited about this one. I kind of feel like I want to read it tonight already, but yeah, we're gonna see, depending on how the day goes. So yes, now I do actually have to go and get ready, but I'll be back tomorrow and we're gonna make some decorations and we're gonna do some decorating. Okay everybody, it's December 2nd, so it's time for the second door, and it's actually right here. So let me see if we get a pair of socks or if it's gonna be a different sock today. I see different colors. I don't see pink, so I think it's gonna be random. Ta-da! We have a little cookie. Wow, oh my goodness, these are so cute. Look at it. Come on camera, focus on the cookie. That is so sweet actually. Okay everybody, I hope you're ready because it is the next day and it is time to decorate. And as you can see behind me, I've actually been a good little reindeer today already, and I've already decorated my Christmas tree. I think you've already seen it. I don't know if I've shown you the end result yet, but this is what it looks like. I love it in all its imperfect glory, honestly. I tried very hard to make it look pretty and perfect, but it wasn't working. So I was just like, you know what? Let's do a 90s or early 2000s inspired messy sort of look. And now it kind of reminds me of Home Alone, and I'm absolutely in love with it. So I'm fine with it. So fine in fact that I've just been staring at it for the past hour, doing nothing else. So now it's time to actually get started and do the rest of the decorating. So I hope you guys are ready. I prepared everything down here. I have my supplies. I have my little workstation right here. So we are about to have a little Christmas workshop. Okay everybody, so one of my favorite things to start with is actually decorating these two little lanterns that I have with little houses on the sides, and I pretty much do them the same every year just because I found a decoration that just really works for them, and it makes me feel like I walked into a magical Christmas. So I'm actually gonna go ahead and do that. This is what I'm using. You're gonna see the end result is gonna be magical, so just wait. I've sort of gotten used to having these candles around year round, I'm not gonna lie, but I thought for December why not try and make them look a bit more festive. So I actually bought some bows to put on them. So we have this pretty little sparkly bows, and I think just putting one on each of the candles is gonna make them look completely different and way more festive. So one of the reasons why I keep calling today a Christmas workshop is because we are actually about to make some Christmas presents for this guy. So yeah, Santa needs some presents on the back of his sleigh, so I think it's only right that we actually make him some.
I've been good this year. Make your list and check it twice. I'll leave you a note right here underneath the Christmas lights. Carols and bells, none of them help. I still feel blue. I just wanna fall in love this Christmas.
Okay, so who would have thought that wrapping teeny tiny presents would be such a nightmare? And funnily enough, this is one of the bigger ones as well. But at least I think it's gonna look pretty though, so I think that's gonna look cute. Look how cute that is. Now just imagine a whole pile, like a little pile of little presents. I think it's gonna be adorable. Oh, I hope it's gonna look adorable, otherwise all this effort wasted.
I just wanna fall in love this Christmas. I just wanna fall in love.
Feel free to take a seat in front of the backdrop. I will be with you in a moment. We're also running a deal where you can get your pictures submitted
Save the
on a
wrapping paper, the ribbon and bow. I don't need that extra stuff. Oh, I just wanna fall in love. Santa, I've been good this year. Make your list and check it twice. I'll leave you a note right here underneath the Christmas lights. You know me so well, and nobody else can do what you do. I just wanna fall in love this Christmas. I just wanna fall in love. Fall in love. Just wanna fall in love.
Okay friends, it is now 6 o'clock. I'm guessing this, honestly I have no idea what time it is, but it feels like it might be 6 o'clock. And we are officially closing the Christmas workshop. And that's mainly because the main elf, or like reindeer in this case, is feeling exhausted. I didn't realize how tiring putting up decorations was going to be. But yes, I feel wiped. So all I really want to do right now is just hop into the shower and then curl up in my book reading the mistletoe motive. I really would like to pick up a Christmassy romance right now. I think that's gonna be the perfect way to end the day. So I'm really looking forward to that. But before I do that, I actually wanted to let you know that I have now finished The Spell Shop by Beth Durst. I had a little reading sprint last night and I just ended up finishing it. I was up until midnight doing so, but it was so worth it because the book is simply beautiful and amazing and everything. I feel like for anybody who is looking for a book that just perfectly captures those cottagecore aesthetics, this is gonna be the book for you. So when I recently did a reading vlog on like the cottagecore aesthetic, I was reading up a lot on the internet about what exactly the cottagecore aesthetic is, and I feel like a lot of the things that I ended up reading about you can find in this book. Like the main character, first off, she comes into this cottage that is practically falling apart and she does some work to actually make it functional again. Then she starts gardening and then she starts making jam. Then she starts doing a little bit of magic on top of everything, and what she does is magical remedies that are going to help nature by using ingredients that you can find in nature, like acorns and sap. And so whenever she wants to do magic, she actually has to go out and find all these ingredients in nature. Plus she lives in this cottage on top of like a cliff on this island with what sounds an amazing view of the ocean and the town on this island. And honestly, all of that just makes me think that Kayla is basically living everybody's dream life, and a lot of people would love to be in her shoes. So yeah, this book was absolutely wonderful, amazing side characters, and each had such a strong presence and a strong and well thought out personality as well. So there was not one boring moment reading this book, and I just want to say to the author Sarah Beth Durst that like she wrote in her author's note that she really hopes and she wanted to write a book that feels like a warm hug, and I just feel like she 100% succeeded in doing that. This book felt like a warm hug, like a warm embrace, not just a hug. And yeah, it was wonderful. So yeah, I've been taking my time with it, and now that I finished it, I feel really grateful that I had that time and that I feel like I was able to really get everything out of the story that it offers, you know, to really absorb every single detail. So yes, now waiting for the sequel, which as far as I know comes out July 2025, unless it gets pushed back. So there is a sequel coming out and I'm so excited. Yeah, I cannot wait to see more of this world and more of the characters, especially Kaz. We have a sentient spider plant in here and he's basically like a lawyer. He's like Kayla's lawyer. He's not gonna let anybody take advantage of her, and he knows everybody's rights, plants' rights, humans' rights, animals' rights. He knows everything, and he's not gonna let anybody take advantage of anybody else, and he's really vocal about it. So like, I think he might have been my favorite character. He was so freaking lovely, like it was crazy. So yes, that was the spell shop. Okay everybody, so I actually realized I'm a little bit behind with my Christmas calendar. So I didn't open one yesterday because I wasn't really vlogging and I didn't want to do it off camera. So today I have to open 3 and 4, and I really wanted to show you what socks are gonna be inside. So I hope you're ready. We have 3 right here. Let's try it. Oh my god, is that a match? Wait. Did we already get a reindeer, or was the last one a little cookie? Actually, I'm not sure. But we have a little reindeer for day 3. Oh my goodness, it's so cute. I love this color combination so much. I think it's so pretty. And I love the sort of simple design, you know, so it's not immediately obvious that they're Christmas socks. But if you look closely, you realize they are Christmas socks. And I kind of love that. Okay, so that was 3. Now we have 4 right here. So let's see what's in number 4. Is it gonna be the first match or not? Yes, we have the Falala socks, guys. Oh my goodness, look at it. We have, I think, the first or maybe even the second match. So I love this. I'm thinking of putting them on immediately. Should I put them on immediately? I feel like I should. So this is number 1. Then we had number 2. It was a cookie, it wasn't a reindeer. So we don't have a match between 2 and 3, but there is, of course, a match with number 4. So we have the first pair of Christmas socks. Look at it, they're so pretty. I love the stripes. I think I mentioned already, but I really like the stripes. They look so pretty. Oh my goodness, I love them. It's been a while since I listened to bookish ASMR, but suddenly I have this strong urge to go ahead and check the video, because this sounds very satisfying. Like, one of my favorite things in ASMR videos is tapping. I love the sounds of tapping, and this actually sounds amazing. Anyway, I'm distracting myself so hard, but I just wanted to also let you know that I have finished The Mistletoe Motive by Liese. And it was beautiful, amazing, festive, everything it could have possibly been. And I love it the most because it kinda avoided the one issue I personally have when it comes to like romance novellas, is that they're always, or most of the time, so insta-lovey. Because obviously you have like around 150 pages up to 200 pages, and that leaves you with very little time to like form a connection between 2 characters who are going to fall in love. So I love it when an author writes a story like this, where you kind of have an already established relationship. And I love the way that the author used this, which I'm not gonna tell you how it's used because I think you should check it out for yourself. This book is just amazing. I love the representation. We have the main character who is on the autism spectrum, and the other main character also has some health issues, and I just love seeing them, you know, especially in a festive romance. I feel like you don't usually get representation in stories like these. So Yes, I love it so much. And if you are wondering what it's about, we follow Gabriella and Jonathan, and they are co-managers in this small bookshop in their town, and they have very different ideas of which direction they want the bookstore to go and how to manage it. So they often squabble and don't really seem to like each other. But then they start discovering each other's like secrets and other hidden depths, and they are forced to work together through December, and they just start discovering there might be more to their relationship than they really ever imagined. I read it basically in one sitting. It was so fast, it was so lovely. I loved the banter between the two main characters. They had so much chemistry. It was amazing. So yeah, this book, beautiful. Yeah, I would highly recommend it. If you haven't checked it out, I think this will be a nice addition to your festive TBR. I know I'm really happy that I read it. And I'm thinking I might actually reread it around Christmas again and actually listen to the playlist as I go, because each chapter has a song that kind of goes with the chapter. So I think it would be an even more amazing experience to listen to the music, to the playlist while reading the story. So yeah, I'm gonna try it out, but I want to try it out closer to the holidays. So I think that's gonna be nice. And that is what I wanted to share with you. Right now I'm actually about to go outside because I have some Christmas wheat. So I bought the little seeds for Christmas wheat that I really want to plant, because I feel like planting it right now is gonna make it grow just around Christmas, so we can have it nice and grown around Christmas time and then just leave it through the holidays. There we go, they're all done now. We just gotta wait for them to grow. And I'm honestly so excited, especially since these plant pots are so cute. I think it's gonna look really nice. Hey everybody, so guess what? I have my physical December TBR right there, and I made a little book Christmas tree out of it underneath my Christmas tree. And I'm sort of starting to think it's like the cutest thing ever, so I don't want to disrupt it. But I also want to tell you about my physical TBR for December. So we're gonna have to disrupt it. But I thought before disrupting it, I just wanted to show you what it looks like. Okay everybody, so I have dismantled the little tree and now I have here the books in front of me. But I did just want to sort of preface this next part is that this isn't strictly my TBR for December, because what usually happens every year is that I end up mood reading a lot during December. For some reason, it's like the month where my brain is just so over the place and it just keeps chasing the next thing. So like I see something on the internet, I see somebody recommend a book, and my brain is just like, we're gonna pick that up next. So I don't even try to fight it, I just read whatever the mood strikes for, you know? But still, I feel like I have some amazing titles here on my physical TBR for December, and I was hoping maybe you guys can actually find some inspiration from some of these books as well. So I have here some middle grade stories, some fantasy, some non-fantasy, then I have some like Christmassy romances and a couple of cozy fantasy books that I think would work really well for December, so hopefully I'm gonna get to them this year. But yeah, I thought we could actually start with the middle grades, and I think I'm gonna start it off with the two that I'm most looking forward to reading, and those are Let It Glow by Marissa Meyer and Joni Levy, and the other is The Magic in Changing Your Stars by Leah Henderson. Let me just show you. These covers are so beautiful, and they just make me think of how magical winters can be. So these are two that I think are gonna be my next reads. And we have, first off, in The Magic of Changing Our Stars, we follow this young boy who is a very gifted dancer, but due to like stage fright, he actually makes some mistakes. And when he tells his grandfather about these mistakes, his grandfather confides in him that he used to be a really good tap dancer and he had to give up the career of becoming like a professional tap dancer. So then our main character goes and finds his grandfather's tap shoes, and when he puts them on his feet, the shoes take him on this magical journey. That's pretty much all I know about the story, but it sounds so magical. And as always, I just love when a book has representation of like the relationship between grandparents and grandchildren. So I think this is gonna be a special one for the holidays. And kind of similarly goes with Let It Glow. And this book, actually, this edition of the book doesn't have the synopsis on the story, so I'm not 100% sure what happens. But what I do know is that we have a couple of characters in here who end up switching homes for the holidays. I think they're like two strangers who meet each other and realize that they look identical, and they are just sort of curious and decide to switch lives for like a day or like a couple of days or something. So yeah, it sounds like it's gonna be fun, and hopefully there's also gonna be a bit more focus on the family, you know. So yes, these two I'm 100% reading this December. As for the rest of them, it's honestly up to my mood, but I still wanted to tell you about them. So first off, I actually have here a couple of sequels in a series that I started, I think 2 or 3 Decembers ago, and that is the Christmas Sorrows series. So I have here the first 3 books. I have read the first one before. Now I sort of need to check out book 2 and book 3. So the Christmas Sorrows and the Winter Witch, and the Christmas Sorrows and the Naughty List. These stories are about this young boy, he's called William, he's in a wheelchair, and he meets Santa Claus and a dinosaur that is sort of like the last dinosaur left alive, and he's like a special, I think, like a unique species or something, and Santa Claus and his elves just decide to call him the Christmasaurus. So yeah, it's all about the adventures that this boy and his Christmasaurus go on, and they get up to some wild things. So yeah, I really enjoyed book 1. It felt so magical. Honestly, these books are amazing to check out on the 24th or the 25th. So that's exactly what I'm gonna be doing this year. I don't know whether I'm gonna reread the first one, maybe, but I'm definitely gonna be checking out books 2 and book 3 around the holidays, because these definitely bring the magic of Christmas to life. So I'm really excited to be checking these 2 out. And the last middle grade fantasy that I own that I would like to read is called The House at the Edge of Magic. This is by Amy Sparks, and apparently this story is all about this young orphan. She's called 9, and she ends up stealing this ornament from a stranger on a street, and the ornament turns into a house, and this house is inhabited by all kinds of strange people, I believe, and the orphan 9, our main character, ends up joining them. I don't know what these people get up to or what they do in the house or what even is this house. It's probably the house at the edge of magic, obviously, but it just sounds like it's gonna be a really magical time. December is my favorite time to be a reader because there are so many amazing books that really help set the mood that you want to go for. So with the hopes of actually maintaining a cozy vibe this December, I'm also adding a couple of cozy fantasy books on my TBR. So funny thing about this year is that I noticed there's gonna be a Friday the 13th during December this year. And if you've been following along with my channel, I try to capture Friday the 13th and do a sort of like a witchy readathon on that day. And hopefully this year, if it's not gonna be too busy, I am going to do another one. And so I thought the perfect book to put on my TBR for Friday the 13th, a festive Friday the 13th, would be The House Witch by Dilemma. So this is a cozy fantasy that's been recommended a lot. I personally have no idea what it's about because I'm trying to avoid the details of the synopsis. I sort of want to go into it blind. So far, I've been quite successful at avoiding the details, but it also means that I have no idea what this book is about. I just heard that it's cozy, it's about a young man who is a witch, and that's all I know. I am just seriously very curious and would love to jump into it. I actually have all 3 books in this first series, But for now, I think I'm gonna be hoping on at least reading the first one. So, and then maybe if I really enjoy it, I might continue on with the sequels in December as well. Otherwise, I'm gonna continue with the sequels in the new year. Another contender I have for like a festive Friday the 13th TBR is actually the newest book by Erin Sterling. So she's just come out with a new book called The Wedding Witch. And judging by the cover, there's some Christmas tree on the cover. So I don't know whether it's gonna be sort of more December or Christmas themed, or if the trees are completely random. But I'm keeping my fingers crossed that it is more like a holiday themed story, you know, not so much Halloweeny like book 1 and 2 were, but more Christmas themed instead. So yeah, those are some of my hopefuls for the December version of Friday the 13th, but we're gonna see how it goes. And the other cozy fantasy I put on my TBR is actually Bookshops and Bone Dust by Travis Baldry. So this is the prequel that he's written about Viv, who we meet in Legends and Lattes when she opens up her own coffee shop. But in this story, it's earlier in her career, and I have a feeling she's gonna be spending some time in a bookshop. Again, I don't know much about this one because I would like to go into it blind. But yeah, so this is just Travis Baldry knows how to capture the cozy vibes, and this one seems like it's gonna be another one of those cozy books. Okay friends, and then all we're left with is another 4 books. These are all contemporary romances. I think 2 are young adults, 2 are adult. But yeah, so these are the ones that I own physically and would love to get to this year. But honestly, I keep getting distracted. Instagram keeps recommending me festive romances that I should pick up, and honestly I always find something, a title that I'm interested in, and then I end up listening to the audiobook or getting an ebook version and jumping into it. So I keep getting distracted by those Christmas romances. But yeah, anyway, so the ones that I own physically are The Christmas Tree Farm by Laurie Gilmore. I just had to get this one, honestly. I have now read both of the previous 2 books and I love them. I love the cozy vibes, the small community, the small town community. And in this one we actually get another outsider. So here we have Jeannie's brother who comes into town. So Jeannie is the character we meet in the first book. And apparently in this one, her brother comes to visit and falls in love with this grumpy Christmas tree farm owner. So I'm very, very excited about this one. And then we have You're a Mean One, Matthew Prince. This is by Timothy Janowski. I think this one was pretty popular a couple of years ago when it came out and everybody was saying nice things about it, so I was very curious. It's about this young boy who's very rich, but he has a feeling his parents don't really care about him, so he's sent to this small town to do like some sort of PR stunt, I guess. But he actually ends up falling in love with another boy there who shows him how good life can be and like I guess how to enjoy the festive season, I guess. So yeah, it sounds like it's gonna be so cute. And then another release that I feel like was popular a couple of years ago is A Cat Cafe Christmas by Cody Gary. So here we have a holiday romance that's centered in a cat cafe. Those were the magic words that drew me in, and I cannot wait to be jumping into this one. It sounds like it's gonna be so nice. So yeah, and judging by the cover, there's gonna be a couple of cats in the story as well, which I'm so excited about. I actually don't know what this one is about exactly, except that there's gonna be a cat cafe, and that's all I want to know. So yeah, if you can tell by now, I actually sometimes like to be surprised by books and what they're gonna be about. So I kind of skip reading the synopsis, or like I read it once and then never again. So yeah, don't know what it's about, but sometimes it just happens like that. And then another book that I would like to read is called A Love in Winter Wonderland. This is by Abiola Bello, and in this story we actually follow a couple of teenagers. So first we have Trey, whose family owns a bookshop, and then we have Ariel, who desperately needs a job, and when there is an opening in Trey's bookshop, she actually applies for the job. The trouble is that Trey and Ariel don't seem to like each other, so while working together they actually have to learn how to tolerate each other and work around each other so they don't end up fighting all the time. I think that's the gist of it. but I am so excited. I love a good like Christmas story set in a bookstore. I think there's some extra magic when there's a bookstore involved in like a Christmassy story, so I'm very excited about this one. And that is actually the last of the contemporary stories. I feel like that's quite a lot of books, but the good thing about all the stories that I've just told you about is that they are also fast-paced and usually very easy to read. It's usually very easy to like read them in one sitting, so yeah, I love that, especially for December, so that reading is very easy and not too stressful. So yes, that was the TBR I wanted to share with you. Please let me know if you have any of your own recommendations, especially about Christmas romances. If you have any good Christmas romances, please let me know. Some that I can think of from the top of my head right now. One is Perfectly Fine Christmas by, I can't remember the author, but it sounds very cute. And another is The Holidays, which is basically about this young woman who doesn't have a lot of luck with dating, and she asks like her friend or somebody that she knows to kind of coach her in how to be better at the dating. So he ends up coaching her, and obviously I feel like sparks start to fly between the coach and the coachee. So that was sounds like it's gonna be so cute, and it had really great reviews when I saw it on Goodreads. And then there's also another one I have had my eye on for a couple of days now. It's called The Comfort Food Cafe. Again, I can't remember the author, but it sounds like it's gonna be very sweet, and I love the cover on that one. So yeah, those are a couple that I can think of off the top of my head right now, but I'm always on the lookout for some more Christmassy romances. So if you have any recommendations, definitely leave them down below. I might mood read them this year. So yeah, please and thank you. Okay, so that was about books, and in a couple of hours we're actually going into town because today is December 5th, so it's sort of like the St. Nicholas Day, I think. I don't know how to translate it, that's why I'm saying I think like Miklaus, we call him Miklaus in our language, but I think it translates to St. Nicholas if you want to talk about him in English. It's so complicated because usually when people hear St. Nick they think of Santa Claus, but in I think some European countries it's not the same thing. So yes, it gets very confusing trying to talk about it. But usually kindergartens organize some sort of events where they send a guy dressed as St. Nicholas to come and give like some small presents to children and like tell them something wise, you know, share his wisdom. And this year the event actually coincides with the town's tree lighting ceremony. So there's gonna be a ceremony where they're gonna light a tree. They invited a singer who is from like this small town, and she entered the Slovenia's Got Talent competition and she has made it into the final, and the town decided like to do some PR. She is actually gonna be performing at the lighting ceremony, and I personally have just been so blown away by her performances on the show that I would love to go and see her sing live because her voice is beautiful. So yeah, I'm keeping my fingers crossed we actually managed to get there in time and actually managed to see her and hear her, and obviously stay for the lighting ceremony, you know, and to see St. Nicholas. Obviously for the children it's all about St. Nicholas, so they're really excited about that.
Znate šteti od 10 do nič. Sigurno, ne samo od nič do 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, nič. No.
Okay friends, so I actually did it. I put a little string on my bookshelf and now I'm hanging all of my socks on that string. and I think it looks so cute. And I don't think you can see, but I actually have the second pair right here. So I have 2 of the reindeers now. So this is the second pair, and then obviously we have the falala pair from the other day. Then we have this stripy one, we have this little Christmas tree one, and this one that actually my niece is obsessed with, and I've decided when I get a second sock in the pair, I'm actually gonna give it to them, because she loves pink, she loves Christmas, she is absolutely obsessed with the sock, so I think I'm just gonna gift it to her, because, you know, I'm gonna have enough Christmas socks anyway, so yeah, hope you like. I'm kind of obsessed with this, so yeah. Hello everybody, so it is a bit later now since the last update for this reading log, but I've actually gotten sick again, so I really hope you guys don't mind, but I thought I would do the last update like this, because I just wanted to quickly tell you that I have finished Emily Wilde's Map of the Otherlands, so I am now free to start in on my December TBR. But I just wanted to say that I really enjoyed Map of the Otherlands. I feel like tone-wise it was very similar to the first book in the series, so Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies. The only thing I would say about this story is that it felt a bit more slower paced, I guess. Or at least there was a part of the story somewhere in the middle that just felt very slow, and it was kind of hard to really get through, which I think is the reason why it took me so long to finish this story. But otherwise it was really good. I still like the creepy fairies and how some fairy species can be like really helpful to humans while others wanna lead them astray and like take advantage of them and enslave them and whatnot. So yeah, and I also love the sort of scientific notes to Emily's thought process, I guess. Like she often, while she's thinking about fairies, she thinks about them in a very scientific way and sort of like, why are humans not able to process what goes on when they enter fairy the same way that they process things that happen in the human world? You know, she gets really scientific about it, and I really enjoy that for some reason. So yes, obviously Wendell Bumblebee remains an adorable being. And we also additionally have a new character introduced in this story. So we actually have Emily's niece coming aboard, and she's really into fairies and dryadology as well. So she actually joins the expedition and is part of the research party, and she brings a really interesting new dynamic to like Emily's character and just the story in general. So that was really nice as well, and I really hope we actually get to see more of her in the future books. So yeah, I think that's gonna be it for the short update. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. I know it's coming kind of late, but I've been having some health issues recently, so yeah, it's been a long time coming, but I hope you still enjoyed it, and I will see you in my next one. I hope you're having a great day or night wherever you are. Until next time, bye bye.